Mechanical keyboards have exploded in popularity, prized by typists and gamers for tactile satisfaction, audible feedback, and customizable layouts. Like keyboards, great speakers are about the right components working in concert: drivers, cabinet design, and crossover. This guide evaluates each floor-standing speaker for tonal balance, the sonic switch type, build quality, stereo imaging, layout.
List number 1. Sony CS speaker SS-CS3M2. 3-way, 4-driver, high-res. Sony's SS-CS3M2 is an impressive entry in the value-oriented floor stander category. The speaker uses a 3-way, 4-driver topology, two 130mm, about 5.12 inches woofers, a 0.98-inch tweeter, and a 0.75-inch super tweeter. That extra super tweeter expands the upper extension and stereo image, giving high-resolution recordings more air and detail without sounding strident. The mica-reinforced woofer cones are relatively stiff, which helps tightness in the low end for rock and acoustic music. Crossover and cabinet damping are clearly considered. Sony's optimized crossover parts reduce signal loss and interaction between drivers, producing convincing mid-range clarity where vocals and guitars sit. In practical listening, the SS-CS3M2 is surprisingly versatile. It doesn't attempt to dominate with hyped bass or brittle highs. Instead, it aims for transparency. That makes it an excellent two-channel speaker for users with modest amplification who want clarity on a budget. Placement matters. Keep them a foot or two from the rear wall and tow them slightly toward the listening position.
List number 2. Klipsch Reference R26FA, floor standing, Dolby Atmos capable. The Klipsch R26FA takes the classic Klipsch house sound, forward, dynamic, and efficient, and adds an integrated up-firing module for Dolby Atmos height effects. The main tower combines a 1-inch LTS aluminum tweeter loaded into a 90 by 90 degree Tractrix horn with dual 6.5-inch woofers, or a 6.5-inch configuration depending on region, giving high sensitivity and punchy mid-range presence. The horn-loaded tweeter is the headline feature. It delivers exceptional clarity and efficiency, meaning you don't need a huge amp to drive lively dynamics, and it keeps transient detail very audible at low and high listening levels. For home theater fans, the built-in height driver provides immersive overhead cues without adding separate Atmos modules, a practical convenience. Music listeners should expect a slightly forward presentation compared with neutral reference monitors. Guitars and vocals are present and immediate, which many find engaging for rock, EDM, and movies. The cabinet and finish are solid, with an MDF build and acoustically transparent grille. Bass is controlled, but not classroom.
List number 3. Klipsch Reference R610F, classic reference floor stander. The R610F is the archetype of Klipsch's accessible, high-efficiency floor-standing speakers. A single 6.5-inch spun copper IMG woofer paired with a 1-inch LTS tweeter on a Tractrix horn yields a 90 degrees by 90 degrees dispersion pattern and lively and detailed top end. Specs such as 94 dB sensitivity and an easy-to-drive 8-ohm load make this speaker a great match for modest receivers or integrated amps. You get lots of perceived volume and dynamic headroom without needing a big power amp. The frequency response is tuned to be energetic toward the upper mid-range, which projects vocals and on-screen dialogue forward, ideal for living room AV setups. Sonically, the R610F favors immediacy and excitement over a strictly neutral tonal balance. Imaging is excellent when positioned correctly. Toe in and space them well to let the Tractrix horn focus the high frequencies. The rear firing port helps low-end extension, but warns you about placement. Proximity to walls will increase bass levels, which can be a benefit or a problem depending on your room. Build quality is robust for the price point. Reinforced MDF cabinets and a removable grille keep resonance. List number 4. Klipsch Reference R605FA, dual 6.5-inch, two-way with integrated Dolby Atmos, 400 watts peak. The R605FA
upgrades the reference line with dual 6.5-inch woofers, a horn-loaded tweeter, and a dedicated up-firing Atmos driver, delivering both robust two-channel performance and immersive object-based sound. With roughly 100 watts RMS handling and very high sensitivity, mid-90s dB, these towers are both powerful and easy to drive. The dual woofer layout gives more authoritative bass than single woofer designs, improving low-frequency extension and dynamic slam for movies and modern music. On the stage sound, expect Klipsch's signature crisp highs and punchy mid-range. The Atmos module noticeably lifts overhead effects when paired with Atmos-capable AVR processing, creating a convincing three-dimensional layer without ceiling speakers. For music, the extra woofer produces fuller lows that enlarge orchestral and electronic tracks. For home theater, the R605FA provides clear dialogue, impactful LFE coupling to a subwoofer, and effective height cues for Atmos mixes.
List number 5. Klipsch Reference Premier RP8000F2 2.0 dual floor standing pair. Premium performance. The RP8000F2 sits at the top of the Reference Premier family for listeners seeking audiophile-level dynamics and scale. With the larger 8-inch cerametallic woofers and Klipsch's hybrid Tractrix horn, these towers produce deep, controlled bass and towering dynamics while keeping distortion extremely low. Reviews highlight their ability to unpack complex passages and maintain a flat response once properly placed and paired, which translates to excellent performance for both critical two-channel listening and immersive home theater. Build quality and cosmetics are a step above Klipsch's entry lines. Satin baffles, sturdy binding posts, and refined cabinet veneers make them feel and look premium. Tonally, the RP8000F2 remains true to Klipsch's character, energetic, immediate, and highly detailed. But the larger drivers and upgraded crossover yield more refinement, better transient control, and greater low-end authority than the mid-range reference models. They demand and reward quality amplification. While still efficient, they scale with power, offering cleaner, more open soundstage and lower distortion at higher levels.